So this is Ashley, who has many talents and skills, and thinks she doesn't, and makes her home absolutely gorgeous with just found greenery. And so she is graciously going to show all of us that find it a lot harder how to do it. So most of us have things in our yards or in our neighbors' yards that we can use to make our house beautiful. So Ashley, if you will show us a little bit, we have here, this is a massive, really it's a holly tree in my yard. So tell us what you're gonna do.
Okay, so, well, I have already gotten from my house magnolia, nandina, cedar, you can find spruce, hemlock. Hemlock seems to shed a lot, but it's still beautiful. And then Christine has this gorgeous holly. So I'm a big fan of clipping whatever you have in your yard. And we want the evergreens. Holly's great because it's got the thicker leaves. It's gonna stay green really long. It's not gonna wilt. So I'm just gonna clip some holly for us, and then we're gonna clip some other things, and then we're also gonna show you other things throughout our little time together.
Yay!
These are Feltco. These really are really good clippers. I've been using them for years. I was married to a horticulturalist for a while, and this is a great brand.
Okay.
Feltco. You can actually get them on Amazon. Okay, so this might be a long straight one right here. And then this one has, you can see, has a lot of them.
Okay.
So I like to get different varieties, because sometimes you just need that one extra tall piece out the back.
Do you ever worry about the, like, damaging the shape of the bush or the any of that? I mean, this is massive. Obviously, you can do whatever the heck you want, but is that something you ever worry about?
This is massive, and I'm getting in the back. So for example, I did clip cedar from my own bush today, and I was a little bit more thoughtful. I did get more of the side and the back. I didn't get the part where like the front row people on the street can see. But I kind of just grab and clip, and I'm not too worried about it. These are evergreens. I mean, if you don't want to have like a big chunk out of the front of your bush, so go to the side or the back. Hemlock tree is beautiful. I think hemlock is poisonous. Isn't like hemlock? I think that could be an old wives' tale, but I think hemlock, like, you don't want to drink hemlock.
No, that's how Socrates killed himself.
Yeah, but the greenery is, so I'm using it for greenery. I'm not killing people with hemlock. So I love it. And I have this beautiful tree, but the limbs, I would jump and stand on stumps and stuff. And I clipped so much one year to the point where like I couldn't reach anymore. And I wasn't going to like pull out a huge ladder. So I was like, well, I guess I'll get some more hemlock next year.
So did it affect, next year did it grow in? Okay.
Yeah,
it grows back. Okay. So I'm always afraid that I'm like going to permanently ruin my bush.
Go for really big things. Like, go for huge things that you're not going to notice. Like, I have a massive magnolia tree. I maybe clipped 10 things today, and even like when I looked at it, I could hardly notice where I clipped it.
Okay.
So just pick really big. Go for big things.
And if you don't have any big things in your yard,
well, I clip little things too. Like, I mean,
but maybe you have to be a little more careful.
Yeah, just
if you don't have a holly tree. I mean, I don't know. This
or
is
make
like
that like a fun
14
feature.
foot.
If you have like something small, like a smaller thing that's kind of pretty, but it's not massive.
Yeah.
Just use a few of those and kind of have them out front as like a little feature.
Okay, so we are learning more about foraging. What do we have here, Ashley?
Okay, so this is Leyland cypress, which, you know, we live in the South, but it is evergreen and it's awesome. And you can find it everywhere. You can hear the cars. Just find a place on the side of the road. I forage stuff all the time on the sides of roads. Get you some long pieces, and I'll tell you, a simple line this all down the table, nestle some votive candles in there, voila, easy centerpiece. So,
would you think this is a plant you should wear gloves for too?
I say wearing gloves is always a good plan. Okay, so these are all foraged items except one thing. This is Fraser fir. Y'all, if you walk into Lowe's, Home Depot, even up by where we live in Watkinsville, there's a tree place. They often let you have the clippings for free. So get yourself some Fraser fir because it smells great. This is Nandina because I love the berries. This is the holly that we got from Christine's. This is the Leyland cypress we got from the side of the road. This is cedar from my house and magnolia from my house. And then the Nandina was also from my house. So you can see we have a nice variety of shades of green, sizes. And so we're gonna start playing around with this. Okay, so what I'm going to create is a swag. We don't have a wreath already, but we're gonna make a swag to put on the front of our door. Now, to me, a swag is just kind of a greenery that kind of swoops. So what I'm gonna do here is I've got a few pieces that I'm gonna create a base, wire it together, and then I'll play and add more things, but I wanna get sort of the base of what I'm doing first. Grabbed 2 pieces of the Fraser fir, because I like how it kind of fans out like this. And then I really like magnolia, and see how that instantly kind of fills that in. I am not somebody who has to have things matchy-matchy. They don't have to look the same. I like more like height and then kind of swoopiness. So I do this just for the way I like it to look. Now, because there's a little more depth over here, I'm gonna add that in here, kind of swoopiness. And then I'm just gonna play. This is the cedar. I love cedar, smells good. It gives like a little bit more of an eeriness to it. And then I'm gonna add another one down here to kind of swoop it down. And then I'm gonna add this. I just grab some leyland to kind of give me, see how, kind of have it swoopy there. And then our Nandina berries, which I've heard is actually good to clip these because these are apparently bad for birds. So clip your Nandinas, or don't plant them.
But if you have them, clip all the berries.
They're great for berries, and they turn all different colors for different seasons. They'll turn green, they turn orange, they turn brown. I love them. But you want one solid, like you want something dense, like your magnolia, and you want something wispy, and I think a pop of a berry or something.
You need
that. If
that.
you have privet in your yard, like there's also a blue privet berry that's awesome, but Nandinas grow like crazy around here, so they're just easy to find.
So basically, take your invasive species,
Yes.
like privet and Nandina,
That's right.
clip their berries, which helps the environment, and use them in all your greenery. So you're wiring it. What kind of, is this just, like, where do you get the wire for us ignorant
you
people?
can order from Amazon Hobby Lobby. They're different gauges. This is a little bit thicker because some of these stems are pretty thick.
So is the smaller the number actually the thicker the
Yes.
gauge? So it's
Yeah.
counterintuitive,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
golf.
So what I'm gonna do is, she already has a nail on our door. We're gonna put this in, and then we're gonna start poking other things to make it more full if we would like.
Okay, so it is on the front door now, which I think it looks absolutely beautiful. But Ashley, the expert floral designer in our midst, is going to look at it and see if anything needs to be added.
Okay, so what I do is I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, okay, I want a little more airiness, so I'm gonna grab the cedar. I love Nandina greenery, and I think I'm gonna add, so yeah, this is just me kind of playing around and deciding. Now you can tuck, you can kind of feel if it's gonna stay.
Okay.
And I kind of feel like I want something a little higher right there. Yep, I caught that in the wire. Now when you're playing around with stuff, when you get it on the actual door, sometimes like these kind of fell down, and I want something up top. So, and you can just move things too. Okay guys, so I do have a tip for you. I did not bring hot glue, but if you have a hot glue gun, just hot glue and stick that sucker in there. It'll be so much easier. But I'm about to wire.
Okay, we're gonna see. We're gonna see the expert at work.
Well, I'm just making sure that I'm wrapping the stem, and I'm wrapping it to that Fraser fir, and I'm just making sure it grabs where I want it to grab. Okay. Oh, thinking good.
So Ashley has decided, and it has taken her about 45 seconds to look through the greenery. Also, y'all, give yourself grace. If this were me, it would be about 20 times as long, but it's still doable and beautiful. So she just put that together to put a little swag
and this
on.
is where we decide, do we want it this way? Do we want it hanging down?
Okay. And you're going to just be able to wire that around there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because there's, I don't know if you can come around here and see here. So I'm going to wire this together first, and then we're going to wire it to that.
Okay. Okay, so we added, the books already gave a pop of red on that side, and so she put some Nandina berries on this side and decided to remove, there were a few other things over there, so they were removed because you don't want things to be too busy. So I'm here with Ashley, and she has just done this beautiful mantle very quickly, very easily. And if you want to see exactly how she did it, you can go to Instagram and check us out. These are some things that were already on the table, except there was fake greenery, and now we're doing some things with real greenery, and she's gonna play. So play without a lot of commentary. We can have some beautiful background music. Okay, so we are now arranging some greenery on pieces of furniture, not sticking them in things, but on things. So tell us what you're doing. And she's playing, so this is...
Yeah, we might decide this doesn't look good, but this is just a good, there's a lot of surface area here. And so the holly, like I said, is just, it's good to place. And so we're just gonna, and it doesn't bother me if like some of the leaves aren't perfect. And have holes in them. Like this piece is awesome. Look how this drapes.
Yeah, holly is fascinating in how it drapes. I think the key is to really play with it. I've done the most with holly because I have those 2 massive holly trees in my yard.
Now this, I'm gonna go get maybe something there to stick up there. I actually think it looks good. We put something there to hide
I like that.
stem,
And I like all of the
it's just simple.
The fact there's so much glassware on there already, it just kind of highlights all of that. Yeah, I think it looks great.